Hey family, what's up? Happy Thursday. Welcome to Sergeant Dorsey Speaks live at 5. We This is our second time together today. I'm coming off a fresh new situation. I went to get my hair did on yesterday. I thought that was gonna calm me. It didn't. Because I woke up this morning, as some of you know, I've already shared it with my Facebook family. So, subbies, I'm sharing with you right now. I've been up since 4 o'clock. And listen, I am, I'm a little tired right now. And I'm not going to be with you long today because I'm so tired of talking about this, you guys. Share this on your page with your friends. Have a watch party. Um, Invite everybody who's near and dear to you to come on over and be a part of this. I really want to know, some of you have already shared with me what it is that you think about this 10-year sentence for Amber Guyger. I said to you earlier, I'm like Michael Jackson. This is it. This is it. I'm done. I'm over it. Don't ask me nothing. Don't text me. Don't email me. Don't fly over my house with one of them little airplanes that will drag a question unless it's, you wanting to change my last name. Unless it's that, I'm done answering questions. I'm just saying. Hey, Ron. Hey, Barry. Busy week for you? Or are you asking me if it was a busy week for me? Hey, Aunt. And happy birthday to that precious little baby, Soren. Give him a little hug from Auntie Sergeant Dorsey. I can't believe it's been a whole year, Aunt. I mean, wow. Time goes by so fast. I hope you're enjoying him because you know what? In the blink of an eye, he'll be out of high school. So enjoy that precious little bundle of joy of yours. Okay, I have shared this thing everywhere. I need to. Yeah, Barry. Yeah, Barry. We gonna hug when this is all over. And I got a Bible for you. I know it's not the kind you're used to getting, Barry, but I'm gonna give you one of mine. Okay, how about that? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Hey, Carol from Illinois. What's up, sister girl? Welcome from Illinois. Yeah, it was busy for me, Barry. It was very busy. Crazy week, but busy is good. I'm not complaining. Because you know what the alternative is. I'm just happy that, folks like you, Barry, and others care about what I think, want to know what I have to say. And so, I've been kind of telling you what I have to say since last Monday. And so today I'm going to wrap it up. And I think I'm in a happy place. I hope you're in a happy place. I think I have finally found some peace about all of this. And so let me just greetings and salutations for those of you who are here for the first time. I am Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey, retired 20-year veteran of the Los Angeles Police Department. And if you don't know, I'm not afraid to pull the covers back, provide you with an insider's perspective on police culture, policy, training. I'll decipher police code talk when we hear it, tell you ways in which I think you might best survive a police encounter because, listen, at the end of the day, the goal is for everyone to go home safely. And so I'm going to do a little bit of that today with you guys. And before I do that, let me just say this. I got a Cash App, right? Sergeant Dorsey Speaks. Feel free to slide on over there and support me. Support me. Let me know that you appreciate me. This is when we pass the plate. If we were in church and I was preaching, right, this is when we pass the plate. So just want to let you know that it does exist. Sergeant Dorsey Speaks Cash App. Appreciate those of you who have already been kind enough to support my program, support my show. And for those of you who may, in the future, thank you in advance. Also, I want to just acknowledge a couple of people because listen, I made a little milestone over the last few days with my subbies, and I appreciate you guys. I don't know if they've changed the analytics over there or if you guys are telling a friend, because you know I always say tell a friend, right? But I just crossed the 7,000 subby mark. So I'm excited about it, you guys, because listen, a year ago in September, we're in October now. So a year ago in September, even though, hey, Denise, even though I had my YouTube channel up since 2013 and I didn't really know what to do with it. I didn't know, who wants to hear from me. I just created a YouTube channel so I could put up my interviews whenever I was on CNN, and then it morphed into, us getting together every week now, right? I'm enjoying it, and I hope you guys are too. I'm guessing you are, because last September, I had exactly 646 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And just yesterday, I jumped over the threshold of 7,000. So listen, I'm not, Queen Bee. I'm not, Roland Martin or D.L. Hughley. I get that. But 7,000 is respectable for little old Sergeant Dorsey. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys who are just finding out about me and are subscribing to my channel. So thank you, thank you. So to that end, let me just say to some of my subbies, I just want to say what's up. Straight Up Facts, I appreciate you. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but Straight Up Facts, I appreciate you over on YouTube. And I've got a lot of new followers and a lot of new likes from my Facebook family. So Carl, Michelle, Cassandra, Ernest, Valisa, Daryl, Ricky, Joseph, Robin, Heather, Derek, Phoenix, welcome, welcome. Lisa, Paul, Eric, Jean Autry, Tanya, and Reggie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate the interest. I appreciate the interaction. We've been chopping it up online and offline about this whole, Amber Guyger. I'm trying to think of the term for what happened this week. There was a conviction on Monday, or was it Tuesday? I can't remember. Hey, Lisa, there was a conviction, and then, hey, Roderick, I told you guys don't celebrate, don't get too excited, because a couple of, hours later, there was this, slap on the wrist. There's a term for it. If there's somebody on here, if I got some attorneys on here, you know the term when you convict somebody, but then you give them a lighter sentence. I'm having a senior moment and I can't think of it, but I guess that's kind of what happened. They found Amber Guyger guilty, and then, in Texas, I think I was told that it could be a jury or a judge that decides the sentencing, and most people go with the jury because they tend to be more lenient. But listen, the way Judge Stefina was carrying on, she might have wound up giving Amber probation after she started passing out Bibles and special underwear for her to wear in prison. I've never seen anything like that. Hey, Mac, what's up? DL and RM, aren't you? What are you trying to say to me, Trent? DL Hughley and Roland Martin, they don't have the same insights I have. Yeah, of course they don't, because, they didn't do what I did. But, it's all good. They have a perspective and a point and a position. And so do I. And so do I. I come from a different perspective, obviously. My experiences are very different from theirs. No shade. I'm telling you what I lived. They're telling you what people tell them. I'm just saying. So anyway, listen, I want to know, what do you guys think? Because I was having a debate with one of my LAPD retired friends of the lieutenant rank. I'm not going to say any names. And we were having a vigorous debate about whether or not the Dallas Police Department can be held liable civilly. I say no. What do you guys say? The fact that Amber was still in her uniform, in my mind, doesn't make Dallas Police Department liable because she was in uniform. She was freelancing, if you will. They didn't send her there, and I don't think that they're going to be liable. I say all that to say, because, you know, the lollipop kids, you know, those three guys that were doing that dance at the end of the day when they were, when she was convicted, the lollipop kids. Yeah, they were celebrating because at first I was thinking, okay, so this conviction is going to help in the civil arena whenever it gets there. And you know it's going to get there because they got 3 doggone attorneys lined up. Everybody's got a coin purse open, waiting for a deposit. Who are they going to sue civilly? Not Dallas PD, I don't think. Okay, so Trent, you think Dallas PD is on the line? Okay, I disagree. I'd like to know what the rest of you think. Is Dallas PD on the line civilly? I mean, listen, she spoke about her training because they asked her, and, you know, both sides asked for their own, you know, reasons. But I don't think that that makes them liable. If I get involved in something, God forbid, if I got involved in something and took a life, LAPD is not responsible. I mean, I'm not on the job, but I'm a retiree. And while I'm not active, just know this, they hold me to the same standard they do any active police officer. So I have to comport myself as if I were active, because if I don't, they can't take my pension, but they could take away something else that's pretty important to me. And so I'm mindful of how I comport myself. Well, that, and I'm a professional, so I'm not going to do anything stupid. But I just don't see how Dallas Police Department can be held liable. I really want to know. I really want to know what you guys think. Trent, you said the apparent culture and the text message and the behaviors. What about the text messages, Trent, that makes you think that somehow Dallas PD is going to be culpable? Lisa, you thought that they would be responsible as well? Tell me why. I'm curious to know. You said the building Mac should be owned, the building Mac. Mac, you said the building, the complex should be liable because of the whole door situation. Well, I don't know. And listen, based on the way the family was, you know, and listen, I understand the little brother, you know, he needs to find peace so he can sleep at night like I want to. I'm not mad at him per se. I just wouldn't want none of my kids to do none of that foolishness if it were me. But I don't know. The building and the door being messed up. Don't get me started with the door. You know I don't believe the door was messed up. But okay, let's go with that. So the door was messed up and it didn't close shut. I don't really see this family going after the building owner or the complex, the leasing office, whatever. I don't really see this family going after them because they just seem like, you know, they're not really here for a fight like that. I could see them maybe being pushed to go after the Dallas Police Department if the 3 lollipop dancers believe that they have a viable chance of getting some money, because that's where the deep pockets are. The Geiger family don't have no money. I don't know if Dallas is just going to roll over, but I don't see the family fighting, because I think the management company of that building would really fight and say, how is that my fault? He didn't close his door. That's his responsibility to make sure when he goes in that his door is properly shut. That's just me. Okay, Carol, you said you don't think so. She was off duty. She acted on her own. And you think the family should sue her estate, Carol? You think Amber Guyger has an estate, girl? Listen, they do better suing me, and I've got nothing. Yeah, she don't have no estate, but I guess if they sued her and they won a judgment, I mean, if she ever got a job, because, you know, she can certainly get one when she's done with her 2 years that she's going to do behind bars. She's not going to do much more than that, in my opinion. She'll get some good time served and, you know, white woman points. Shoot, she could be out next summer for all we know. She's not going to have anything to offer financially, I don't believe. But if they sued her and they got a judgment, if she ever got a job, they could certainly tap into those resources if and when she ever got employed again. And remember, the prosecutor said during the closing that that $10,000 fine, if they even imposed it, and I thought I saw somewhere that someone said they didn't impose the fine, that doesn't go to the family, that goes to the court. So, Olivia, what are you saying? I was a court reporter for a few years in Pasadena, and I don't get how she could just fly around the courtroom. Yeah, I know. I've seen domestic violence offenders in chains. What? Yeah. Yeah, it was just the optics for me were all bad. Okay, John, what are you saying? That was straight out of Central Casting. It was staged, court officers stroking her hair. That was nauseating. And the supposed impartial judge hugs a convicted murderer. That was reprehensible. It was disgusting. It was more than that, John. And I've never seen that in the history of ever. And I promise you, we won't ever see that again. And so I don't know what that was all about. Yeah, I don't even know what to make of that. Grooming her, I mean, picking her hair and straightening it out, and hugs and Bibles and what? It was too much. It was too much. And so, that's why yesterday, family, purposely, I watched the Jean family in terms of their victim impact statement. And as soon as I found out that the other side was coming up, I left. I had stuff to do anyway, but I had no interest, and I needed to leave because I needed to do that for my own mental health. And so I really don't know what her family could have said that could have been moving for the jurors. There were 5 Black folks, 8 women, 5 Hispanics. And they didn't think that Botham Jean's life was worth more than her doing. I mean, I don't know if they realized, maybe they should have put that in the jury instructions. Maybe they should have told them that if y'all give her 10 years, she really only gonna do like 2.5, so that they could have given her something more substantive. The family asked for 28 years. Just them asking, give her a year for every life that he would have been on this earth today, was reasonable. And why wouldn't the jury do that? I am just, I'm confused. Okay, Lisa, you said she was actively employed, yet off duty, carrying her service weapon. It seems that they would be culpable. But why do you say that? Just because she's carrying a gun they gave her? She was a free agent. She was, listen, when I was on duty or off duty carrying a gun that was issued to me by LA City, I know for a fact LA City would do a punctious pilot. They would fight you tooth and nail before they would give any money up if I did something. And so I don't know. We'll see. I was just curious to know what you guys were thinking about it. Trent, you see my point. She had an escaped suspect, failure to retain training, disregarding chain of command. A claim could be made that DPD should have known or been aware. Been aware of what? That she's a fool? They absolutely knew. Yeah. They knew that she was a problem officer, and they made a conscious decision to keep her on the payroll. That would all play a part if she had gotten involved in something on duty. If she had done something that was within the course and scope of her employment, then all of that training, failure to retain, whatever you want to call it, the no-nots, whatever you want to call what led her to get involved in a shooting, would come into effect if she were on duty. But once she walked out that door, listen, I was having a conversation with somebody and I said something like, what if I work for UPS and at the end of the day, I didn't take off my uniform and I'm going around picking up packages off folks' door because I got the UPS uniform and people are bothered by it. Does that mean UPS is responsible because I'm stealing packages? I don't think so. Lisa, you were wondering how she came to enter his home, girl. I can't even go there with you, Lisa. I'm going to have to, you're going to have to send me a phone number. We're going to have that conversation, but next week, not right now. And if you really want to know how she got in, Lisa, I've talked extensively about that. And I believe it to be true. I think she had a master key. Okay, I can't resist myself. I think she had a master key. I think she was freelancing and she was working as a courtesy cop. And I'll just say it again. And the reason I think she was working as a courtesy cop is because she testified to being a courtesy cop when she lived in a previous complex. And listen, cops are cheap. And so she left one complex where she was getting the homie hookup. She got discounted rent if she would respond to problems on the complex, courtesy cop. I don't believe for a minute that she gave up a discount rent to go move into another apartment complex and pay full rent. I don't believe it. And I don't believe it because why did they even mention that during the trial? Why would they even tell us that she was a courtesy cop? And why did they have the leasing office come in and specifically say, she don't work for us. We have an outside agency that we employ for security. She didn't work for us, unless they had a conversation with her. Maybe it wasn't anything formal. It wasn't written down. Maybe they just did it on a nod and a wink. And maybe they didn't tell everybody else what she paid for rent, right? Maybe they wrote up her lease agreement and gave her a couple of $100s off with the understanding, if we ever have a problem and I need to call you, I'm gonna just call you and I need you to go and do this thing. Maybe that's why they let her break her lease. Maybe there was an understanding. Listen, this is a lot of maybes. Y'all trying to make me a doggone conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying, if there was that kind of behind the scene, under the table thing that cops like to do, then it would have been in everybody's best interest. Look, Amber, girl, you're going to go to jail if the police know you over here wearing your uniform off duty. They're going to fire you. You're going to lose your job. And if they know you're working freelance for us, that's a problem for you. It's a problem for me. So let's not say that. Let's go with the thing that Martin Rivera, the guy that she trusts, because he's so knowledgeable, say, I thought it was my apartment. I thought it was my apartment. I thought it was my apartment. And stick to it. It don't make no sense, but stick to it. That's what I think. So, Trent, you want to know, do they have an off-duty, on-duty policy about uniform? I don't know. You know, if I had to guess, I'd probably say no, because it's kind of a common sense thing. No police officer in their right mind wears their uniform home for a number of reasons. What if I have to stop at the grocery store and get some milk? I don't want to walk in Ralph's in my damn uniform. And it's an officer safety issue because I'm not on duty. I don't have the benefit because I don't have a call sign, right? I'm not 1 Adam 12 anymore because I'm off duty. So while I do have a radio that I could take home, I don't have a call sign. I can't get on the radio and say 1 Adam 12, officer needs assistance, because I'm not 1 Adam 12. Somebody else is 1 Adam 12 right now. The officers that took my car and my keys and my are working that area. So it's an officer safety issue. So no. Most officers with some sense don't want to get involved in police work when they are not on duty for all of the reasons that I just said. You don't have the benefit of backup. You don't have the benefit of a partner. You don't have the benefit of getting on the radio and asking for help if stuff goes sideways. So we don't wear our uniform home. We take it off and we leave it in the locker. She was freelancing, and I don't think there's a policy about it now. Will they come up with a policy now? They might, because listen, it's never a problem until it's a problem, right? And so, you know, that's how a lot of times policy gets made, like the fingernail policy on the Los Angeles Police Department. There is now policy because of me, because I had nails just like this when I was on the LAPD in uniform, and they tried to make me cut them, and I wouldn't. Because when my supervisors told me to cut my nails, I said, is it policy? And if so, show it to me. And they couldn't. And so they made it policy. I'm proud of that. Thank you. So, you know, there may be policy going forward. Do not take your uniform home. I mean, do not wear your uniform home. So we'll see. Lisa, you said you read somewhere that there was a witness that was videotaping 60 seconds after the shots were fired. Prosecution sees the video and bound her with a gag order. I wonder if that's the young lady that everybody refers to as Bunny. I've seen her on a YouTube video, and I tried to reach out to her. She didn't get back to me, but the person who did the interview with her did get back to me, and he interviewed me about it. I know there was a lady named Bunny who knew a lot, seemingly. She was not called to testify during the trial, and I from the YouTube video, and you could find it out there. Bunny, Bunny is her name. She was, I think she might have lost a job. She might have lost her residency. And I don't know if she, I guess if she was living in there, they might have put her out. So you could understand why she would not want to get involved and would not, and may not have wanted to come and testify because of all of what she went through before. So they, everything that happened prior to the trial, there's a lot of meetings and pretrial motions, and there's a lot of things that are agreed to that you can say, you can't say. Witness lists are provided, and folks who you may not want to speak or prevented from speaking, agreed to by both sides, by the attorneys on both sides. And so there's a lot of shenanigans that goes on behind the scenes, you guys, that you don't even know nothing about. And that's why I talk about the judicial system being kind of like a game. The prosecution knows what's up, defense knows what's up, the judge knows what's up. The judge is the referee. And so now we're going to pick 12 people, and we're going to see if you can convince, prosecutor, all 12 of them of that thing that you said to me in the room the other day. We'll see. And you have to convince all 12 of them beyond a reasonable doubt. And if you just hang up one person, then we'll either do it all again if you want, or you just let it go and the person skates. And so, I don't know how much wrangling was going on behind the scenes and how much, they agreed to do and not do. We'll never know. We know that, because I talked about this because it bothered me, we know that they would not refer to Botham Jean as the victim. You guys, did you notice that during the trial? They never referred to him as the victim. If they were to refer to him at all, it was as the complaining witness. Now, why is that? Because they didn't want the jury to hear him being called a victim over and over and over. Because if they heard him being called a victim over and over and over, then maybe it would have been a little bit easier for them to give her more than 10 years. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Okay, I'm looking at messages. Monica, you said it seems like a lot of the story was left out. Yeah, we'll never know the real story. And that's what happens when you kill somebody. It's only one story to tell. It's only one version, right? And when that one version is given by a police officer, because great deference is given to what we say, then a lot of times folks say, I saw a black man walking away from me with his hands in the air, and it scared me more than anything ever in my life. And the jury's like, okay, works for me. So I don't know. Let me say this. I might subject hop a little bit. Bear with me. There is somebody, I have a YouTube subby, I think, by the name of Rupert. My YouTube subbies, they have some bizarre names. I don't know if Rupert is a guy or a girl, but Rupert is a member in Lipstick Alley. And I believe, because I've never heard of Lipstick Alley before, but someone sent me over there and told me that I had arrived because I was mentioned in Lipstick Alley. And Lipstick Alley, I'm learning, is supposedly the largest internet forum for Black folks. They say African American, but I say Black folks. And this person named Rupert, the way it looks, is a member of Lipstick Alley, and they shared one of my either videos or podcast with me commentating on this whole what I think about Amber Guyger. So thank you, Rupert. I appreciate you for putting me in front of a whole new audience of people. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. And then I want to respond to Byron, YouTube subby Byron, Lord Byron, now just Byron. So you wanted to know my perspective, and so I'm giving that to you now. And I just wanted to thank you for asking about that. Amber Guyger will be eligible for parole in 5 years, is what they say. She's eligible for parole. I don't even think her family are the kind of people that would show up the first time she's eligible and fight to keep her in. They seem very decent, too decent for me. But anyway. That's why I don't see the family going after the leasing office, the management company for that building, if they were to want to make a stink about that whole door sticking. And again, I think the argument, the onus would be, when you come in your house, close your door. That's what I think. Folks can sue, for anything. Now, whether or not you win is a whole nother story. And then, of course, you have to understand that the lollipop kids, listen, I don't know their hearts, but I think they were doing the pixie dance because they were thinking how many zeros were going to be added to that check now that she's been convicted. But if there's nobody to go after, if there's no deep pocket person, thing, entity to go after, I don't see the lollipop kids going after the management company because the door was ajar and it wouldn't close properly. That's just me. That's just me. Let's see. Okay, looking at your comments. Olivia, you said she'll do no more than 3 years. You're probably right. And unless somebody is really paying attention, because listen, I promise you next week, ain't nobody gonna be talking about this. You guys gonna change channels. Y'all gonna be all wrapped up in the impeachment situation going on with Tink Tink, because he's performing. He is trying to really change the subject, change the narrative, the thing that he is very good at, and everybody will be moved on to something else, except for the Jean family. They won't be changing channels. So y'all know y'all got a short memory. Ain't nobody gonna be talking about this next week. Carol, you want to know why didn't she hug the mother of Botham? I don't know. Maybe the mother didn't want to be hugged. I think if I saw the judge, Stefina, hugging Amber and she came in my direction, I'd stiff arm that heifer. I'd be like, no, don't come over here with that. I've got nothing for you, Judge. So I don't know, we could speculate as to why she didn't, go over and approach the mom, but maybe mom didn't want to be approached. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Okay, I'm looking at your comments, Okay, Vernon, so you said about the, listen, okay, so Vernon, these are your words, not mine. The crackhead witness that they found, the Black woman, God bless her. She was on drugs, and Amber, she didn't do her a favor. She found her at a crack house and wrote her a ticket that sent her to jail, court, or whatever. And the woman said she turned her life around. She didn't turn her life around because of Amber. She turned her life around because she probably figured, oh shoot, I need to stop this. And at some point she may have turned her life around anyway, but that was the only Negro they could find to bring in there and just, have anything to say that sounded reasonable. Not to me, because listen, all that, Amber's amazing and she's not racist, and we know she is because she said she was in her social media posts when she thought nobody would see them. And we know she didn't give a damn about Botham Jean because she wouldn't even stick a damn finger in his wound to stop him from bleeding out. And now she's hugging his brother because the brother wanted to, but I mean, ugh. It's a problem. It's a problem. Hey, Ruben. Okay. I'm doing this a little different tonight. My notes are on my phone. I didn't do like I normally do because I really didn't want to talk about this. I'm trying to get to my happy place again. And it seems like the devil just won't let me. So let me look at my little notes here. Let's see. Okay, are we done? Are we done, family? Are we done with that? She had to have a master key. I don't think Botham left his door open. Yeah, Lisa, I think she had a master key because remember, I think she was a courtesy cop, and I think they gave her a master key so that she could go and deal with folks. And listen, there was a key. They showed that even during the trial. There was a key in the door. And if your key don't fit, how is it in the door, right? So, yeah, I think she did too. But, again, that's just what I think. And it wasn't evidence in the trial. And, now, if this thing does go to a civil trial, be very interesting because I keep saying it. And I don't know if anybody's sharing this, with the lollipop kids. They know that I exist, family. Somebody had asked me, did I get in touch with Lee? Lee Merritt and I have had conversations. He knows that I exist. He knows that I'm here. And he's called me on prior occasions when he had a question about a case that he was involved in here in LA. Well, not LA, but in California. there was a young man up in Barstow who was shot in a parking lot of a Walmart, Walgreens or something. And Lee had reached out to me because he wanted to just know what I thought about that particular shooting. So they know how to reach me. And of course, Benjamin Krupp was gracious enough to write have a few words to say on my book, my autobiography, Black and Blue, The Creation of a Social Advocate. If you look on the back of my book, there is a little something from attorney Ben Crump. So it's not like they don't know about me. It's not like they don't know how to reach me. But maybe, you know, if I keep saying this enough, somebody or they will get word, and maybe in their civil suit, they might ask the questions that I'm posing for the family, because I still think what I think. Okay, Olivia, you said even a mail carrier is not allowed to go to a bar and drink with a postal shirt on. Yeah, most companies, you know, any company doesn't want you wearing their, you know, generally they don't want you wearing their uniform, because, you know, you give the inference, the appearance that you're representing them when you're off duty, and, you know, you make somebody mad or you do something or you're rude, and, you know, of course, then the person wants to call UPS or the post office or the hospital, you know, and report you for whatever bad behavior they think you are engaging in. And so that's why, you know, most employers don't want you running around off duty in your on duty clothes. So, hey, Mac, thanks. You think I'm a fighter? Okay. Yeah, I'm a little ornery. Okay, let's see. What else are you saying? Looking at your messages. Welcome, welcome, welcome to those of you that are here. Hey, Black Dynamite, what's up? I see you stepped away from your grandma duties to join me. I appreciate that. Hey, Cousin Patty. Castle Doctrine. Okay, Sid, you said the Castle Doctrine may protect white officer who shot innocent Black man in his own home. Judge Tammy Kemp ruled it in this case to help Amber get acquitted, and here's why. Dallas Police Association is endorsing her. Yeah, the Dallas Police Department Association, Dallas Police Association is endorsing, evidently. There's a flyer out there. You saw it on my timeline. I think the reason, to be fair, because listen, I really like the judge. I like the way she was handling her courtroom. She gave the defense everything that they wanted, and I thought that she did that, to be fair, to rule out any possibility of them having something to appeal in the event of a conviction. They wanted the Castle Doctrine, she gave it to them. They wanted the, there was another legal term about something about passion or something. Anyway, everything they asked for, she gave them. And so when the conviction came down, they couldn't say that they weren't treated fairly, that they weren't given these considerations, because the judge allowed all that in. So I liked her until she did that old dumb shit at the end. And then I was done. Yeah, Lisa, she's only sorry. Amber's only sorry because she got caught. I believe that to be true. What's my reaction about the judge, Adrian? Yeah, I like I said, I like the way she was handling her business in the beginning. But yeah, that thing at the end, I couldn't wrap my head around that. I've not ever seen a judge do that. And I promise you, I bet you, you know, I could be wrong. You know, I'd like to be wrong, but I don't think we'll ever see a white judge. I'd like to see a white judge come down off the bench and give Pookie a hug as they sentence him to, you know, 3 life terms. I'd like to see that happen. So I don't, you know, I don't know what that was all about. I don't know what that was all about. Let's see. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, sudden passion. Yeah, that was Trent. That was one of the things, but there was something else. I had a whole bunch of notes. I was surrounded by paper, you guys. I took all that shit and threw it away yesterday because I was really just trying to clear my head, clear my space, You know, yeah, I had to, let me see. I have one little thing here that that I guess is a leftover from all my notes, but it's not the thing that I was looking for. But sudden passion is was one of the terms, and then there was another one, and I can't think of it. You know, it's like anything else. When you're talking to somebody, you can't think of the word, but then as soon as you hang up, you know, it's like, oh, you know, you it's like, oh, let me call them back so I can tell them. I won't be able to come back live and tell you, but you guys understand what I'm saying. Okay, Christina, you want to talk about the brother? What do you want to talk about the brother? I heard, you know, somebody said this, and I don't know if they were just being mean because they were mad at the little brother. He's 18, I believe. And listen, I know that he's having some issues because the sister testified and said, you know, he's running around, you know, hitting walls. I don't know if it's with his hand or his head, but somebody said, and it could be somebody being mean, that he was schizophrenic. I don't know if the little boy is schizophrenic or not. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying somebody said it. And, you know, if he's having some mental issues because he lost his big brother, I understand. Or if he had mental issues and losing his big brother exacerbated whatever's going on with him, I understand. And so I get why it was important for his little brother to need to forgive her, because, you know, don't we hear that, you know, angst does the bearer more harm, right? If you're running around mad at somebody, they'd be like, must suck to be you, because they're living their life, they're doing their thing. And so, you know, maybe the little boy, the little brother, Christina, listen, girl, don't you start with me. Don't come in here with no mess, Christina. You know, maybe he just needed to do that for himself. I'm okay with him forgiving her. I mean, I'm okay with all of what he did. I'm just saying, for me, touching her, hugging her, FOH, I can't do that. I can't do that. Like I said, this heifer wouldn't even stick her finger in Botham's hole to stop him from bleeding out. And now we hugging? Yeah. Yeah, I could not have done the whole hugging thing. But Christina, I'm listen, girl, I'm seeing what you typing me, and I don't even have to hear it. I don't even have to see all of what you typing, Christina. You dead ass wrong right now. Because I'm trying to be Sergeant Dorsey, and you keep wanting to bring Cheryl out. I was wondering, you know, today, guys, if I was gonna, you know, be able to just keep Sergeant Dorsey on deck for you. One of my YouTube subbies said they like Cheryl, but here's the deal, subby. You know, I think, you know, I worry about the networks watching me because they can see what I'm doing, right? They stick their head in and, you know, see me over here cutting up. They know I can get right for TV because I've been doing TV now since 2013. But I still have to be mindful because, you know, I kind of, you know, represent them in a way when I'm on there. And so I know for a fact, I'll just say this, and I'm gonna be careful about how I say it, but I know for a fact, I've already kind of asked myself out of, you know, some work because, you know, is it Sammy Davis Jr.? I Gotta Be Me? Or is that Frank Sinatra? Either way, I get them mixed up. I Gotta Be Me and I Did It My Way. Yeah, that's me. And so listen, you know, I was hired to do a thing, and I think they maybe didn't do their due diligence and didn't really know who I was 100%. And so they had me do this thing for a minute, and then when they realized who I am, then they said, not so much, Missy, not so much. Yeah, we won't be needing your services anymore. So as much as I'd like to be me, I can't be me totally because there's a price to pay. And you guys have heard me talk about the prices I have already paid, you know, for me being me, right? That's why the school district sent me packing, because, you know, I'm a troublemaker and a rebel rouser. And, you know, so, yeah, I got to be mindful of that. Stop, Christina. I got to be mindful of that. Okay, so let me tell you what else is going on, because there is other stuff going on, and I did have some things that I wanted to talk to you about. So listen, R. Kelly, he's funny to me, you guys. Somebody put up a meme today, and I almost shared it with my Facebook family because it was him, you know, tearful, and he said, "I hear y'all forgiving folks." Can I get some forgiveness? He's trying to get out. He's asked to be released on bond again. And the judge said, no, sir, we're not going to let you go. You are still a flight risk because while he's, feigning broke, somebody seems to think the prosecutor is asserting that he got money coming in. He got royalty checks coming in from, stuff, and he's redirecting those royalty checks to a friend's bank account. People think, they always think they nickel slick. There's a way to find out everything and anything. And so if he is redirecting money to somebody else's account, that's his right. That's his business. That's his money. But prosecutor said, no, we can't let you out. And so I guess what has happened is he's only able to see one of his sex slaves because every 90 days he can have one person on his visitor's log. And because he's living with these two crazies, he thought that they were going to be able to come in there conjoined like Siamese twins and spend a little time with him. And they said no. I'm thinking maybe the other reason he wants to be able to see both of them is because shit, if they're gone and out of his presence too long, he got to reprogram. His good work is being undone, maybe, right? He's got to solidify this stuff that he's got them thinking, believing, and he's only able to keep one in check, is what I think. So he asked to be out on bond. They said no. And now he's saying, you guys are just not treating me right. He's in Gen Pop, which is where he wanted to be. And he said, even in Gen Pop, they're not treating him right. I don't think he understands he's in jail. He'll find out soon enough. His trial is set for May 18th, 2020. So he's got a little bit of time to figure that all out. So that's it, family. We are done. Michael Jackson, this is it. This is it. I am not talking about that whole situation anymore because it is emotionally draining. It's exhausting. And, I don't want to be insensitive or mean. And I don't want to say that, the family doesn't care. Clearly, mom and dad care. Clearly, the sister cares. And to some extent, the 18-year-old brother with his 18-year-old mind cares. But, shoot, ain't no need of me carrying more than them, right? Somebody said that, on one of my posts today, they said, shoot, why should I care if they don't? I'm not saying that they don't care, but I know I'm done. That I'm clear on. So we will talk. We'll talk again later, family. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you again who are new and haven't heard me do this thing that I do, stop by my website, www.sgt.CherylDorsey.com, SGT, abbreviation for Sergeant, CherylDorsey.com, and find out more about who I am and what I do and why. I had a podcast that dropped on yesterday because I was a little late because, I was doing other stuff. And so my podcast didn't drop until yesterday. I shared it with those of you on Facebook, and for my subbies, if you want to hear my podcast, Sergeant Dorsey Speaks on the podcast platform of your choice. Thank you, family. Appreciate the hearts. Mwah. I hope this broadcast was clear. I meant to ask you guys earlier because, the last couple of times I've come to you, I don't know if it's because I was moving around. I'm trying to sit very still and not have my image pixelate so much. But I hope the picture was clear. I hope the sound is clear. And in my Michael Clark Duncan voice, I was tired. I'm going to go lay down now. I'll see you guys next week. Be good. Be safe.